All right, guys, I want to go over a few images today of a photo shoot that I recently did with Katie Wesk, who is a professional dancer. And she came down to Nashville, which was really exciting because we got to shoot downtown. And I love downtown. I love the grunginess and I love the colors and the skyscrapers. And it's just a really cool place to do a photo shoot. So we decided to put her in a light colored outfit, as you see here. Against this orange wall is where we wanted to actually start, and we chose this color because it would make her stand out a lot more than the surroundings, which is really important, I think, whenever you are getting a photo shoot together, if that's what you're going for. And that's what we're going for here. So I'm actually going to start with the very first image that we took and talk to you about what I was thinking as I photographed it and what I like about it and dislike about it. So the first image is of Katie in the garage down 5th and Broadway, and there's these really cool barriers that frame the shot up pretty well, and then there's some escalators that come down, as you can see right here. Unfortunately, the barriers were not perfectly in line with the escalators themselves. Unfortunately, that's just not ideal, but I did the best I could with what I had, and I wanted that white line, and if I could do anything differently, I would have put a pop of light right there on the white line in front of the camera in the foreground, and it would have gave the barriers some nice light as well. But I really like the light that's falling on Katie here, and my whole idea was just to get down really low so I could pull you in with the leading lines and all the color that we have here. So overall, I like this image. I had to brighten her up a little bit. As you can see, I kind of messed up there and have a little light on the believe part. The second photo was really cool. I like this a lot because the light was falling on her once again, and I actually used a gradient tool on the right side of the frame to pull down the exposure of the other escalator. I just wanted to frame her up really well here where the hand railing is, and I like this image a lot. I like the colors, like I said, same places we were before, and it's really cool. This next image is my wife's favorite image that I took from this session, and it was really cool because I was ascending as she was descending, and we were going to meet in the middle, and I was going to photograph her shooting down. So I had her do a pose that I really thought was going to look good on the way down, but it just didn't look right. She did very well with my instructions, and it was 100% my fault that I don't like this image, and there was a lot of coordination involved, and I moved quite fast as a photographer. But it's kind of cool with all the lines, and I like the yellow accents on the steps. I wish I would have had her like flip her skirt up like towards the top of the escalator just to make her like kind of a larger part of the image. So this one's really neat too though, in its own way. Whenever we get down to Broadway, there's this really cool reddish orange wall that I like to shoot against, and I really like to subframe a lot. And one of the things that I really wanted to do was shoot through a car, and I had to stop traffic, and I tried to stop a lot of people, but I only had 2 people that were willing to let me photograph Katie through their window. And this first one is my favorite because the second one didn't allow me to roll the window down, but they let me shoot through the car, so it just wasn't as good. I like all the chaos on top of the elegance of Katie in this image. I think it's really cool. There's a lot going on, and I just really like how much she pops and stands out against that orange background, and everything else is pretty dark around it. This is one of my favorite images from the entire photo shoot. I really like the composition and the lines and how everybody is so dark in this area, and it kind of brings our eyes more to our subject, and these lines everywhere are just really cool. I love this guy right here, and he just brings it in even more. If he wasn't there, it wouldn't have been as dark on the right side, so she wouldn't have stuck out as much, and we have just like these nice, like this V almost here that brings us into our subject. So Katie did a great job of posing for this one, and she used her skirt to get bigger in the image, and I love this photo. Definitely my favorite one. I wish I would have been a little bit higher with the camera so I could have got the lines coming up more, but this is what I ended up with, and I really do like that photo. So this image is really cool, I think, but at the same time, there's a lot of things I would have done differently. And I had a friend, Elliot, shout out, thanks to Elliot for actually saying this earlier, but he said I was a ballsy photographer, and I never really realized it. But in this situation, I do not see me being ballsy at all, because what I had in mind was photographing her between the drummers, but I also didn't want to get too close to them to upset them or anything. So this is what I ended up with, and it kind of turned out pretty decent with composition wise. And I like the yellow buckets lined up how they are, and the 3 guys in a row, all of them drumming and her in the background dancing. Obviously, she's probably the first thing you see when you look at this image. I'm not really sure. You tell me. But her pants are so bright that she just kind of pops out at you. And I think that was really cool. But she was dancing to them drumming, which was amazing. I wish I would have done a longer exposure so you could actually see some movement by them. It kind of looks like they're stationary and they're not doing anything. But they were. It's implied, but at the same time, it would have been a lot better had I slowed my shutter down, maybe to like 1/15 of a second. It would have been pretty awesome then. So I like this image. It could have been done a lot better, and next time, if there is a next time, I will definitely do that. This is the last image I have and the last image I want to talk about on this particular photo shoot. We tried a few things, and this is what we came up with. I got as low as I possibly could with this image to shoot up because I wanted her entire body to be in that big white space that we have here, but we could not get up that high. And I could get a little bit closer to her to get a little bit higher, but it didn't work. But this is what I got. So you got most of her body, and it's black and white because I love black and white. I just don't shoot enough of it, but this is interesting. I would have changed a lot of things with this image, honestly, but this is as good as I could do. And that's sometimes all we can do is as good as we can do. And that's okay. So I just wanted to go over a few images from a photo shoot to let you know the process in which I was going for and the things that I was thinking about while I was photographing. A lot of the things I see just happen to happen, and it happens in a blink of an eye, and it's something that you train yourself to do, I believe. And I just wanted you to hear from me what my process was. So I want you to let me know what images you like the most and maybe dislike the most, because if you don't allow someone to critique your work, then you're limiting yourself to what your potential could be. If you just stay stuck and you don't want to ask anybody to tell you what you're doing wrong or what you could advance in, then you're just going to be in the same area that you are now. So it's really important to have outside perspective. And I really want to know about the image with the drummers. I want to know if your eye was drawn to her, if you liked the composition, if you disliked it. That was, I can't see it like you see it. And that's a really important thing to me. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to show you the rest of the images right now. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.